Sorry for the loud music. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Check out the new emotes. Yeah! Everybody say thank you to Sakumami. We got some... Oh, and Hexy. They both worked very hard for all the new emotes. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy it made it in time for the new... I guess it's not new, but like the only debut next Sunday. That's crazy, guys. Debut is next week. We're already here. Let me put this somewhere. I don't know where to put this. I'll just put it right there. So we got that reminder going on. They're so cute. I know. I think we're still waiting on some of them. I think Sako need to approve them. But you will see the rest soon. So almost up. But yeah. Just want to give them a shout out. Thank you. But yes, today we are going to go through how to vocal layer Giga-P edition. I just figured like a lot of people have been asking like what like my process was when it came to not only like recording. I'll try to give like mixed tips here and there, although it is more like vocally focused. Also, let me know anytime if like the volumes are kind of off, because I wasn't able to check Like for example, if the music is too loud, I can lower it, or if you want the music to be louder, I just need to make sure that my voice can be heard on top of the music. So yeah, because you have the artist contribution. Was that what it's called? Nani? So I think you need to approve some of them. Some of them were okay, but some of them were waiting pending. Or maybe it's Twitch that I'm waiting for. Either it's Twitch or Saku. I don't know which I'm waiting for. But yeah. So I ran a poll earlier today. And it's funny because the votes were teetering between Ready, Steady, and Beyond the Way. But like in the end, they're both at the same number. So change is number 1. So I have change pulled up. And I guess I might have to run another poll for who goes second. So how do we do a poll? Oh, let me move this. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Can somebody help me pull up a poll? How do you do a Twitch poll? But yes, so I did a poll, so changes first, and then I guess we will decide while I discuss change if Ready, Steady, or Beyond the Way is gonna go next. I'll get to all 3 of them, I think, if I'm speedy enough. We'll see. Change or the other one, right? No. The choices are Ready, Steady, or Beyond the Way. If you can make a poll for those 2. Thank you so much. Hi. How do I say your username? Katakanza? Welcome in. Today I'm gonna be explaining my vocal layering process. If I keep hitting my mic, I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure my mic is loud enough. Okay, I raised it a bit, so hopefully we're good. Okay, let me jump straight into it. At any point, if you guys have questions, please ask. Please. Also, I'm so sorry for... oh, thank you so much for the follow, Zaya. Welcome in. How are you doing? There's really bad lag in my what is this called? Session. Let me just show you guys sometimes how I have to mix. It's so bad. Like, it lags so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, that is my beautiful computer lagging. Why is it like that? Because is it a RAM problem? I don't know what the problem is. My PC is not strong enough to handle all the effects. Even though I don't think I have any crazy effects, I just have too many tracks maybe. I think when I used change, or when I mixed change, I still wasn't using buses at the time, so each layer had its own effect rack, which is actually really bad for your PC. But it's okay because I learned how to use buses after this. But just a disclaimer. For me, it's usually a processor problem. Really? Is that Melodyne? No, this is Adobe Audition. This is what I use to mix. But I'm lagging so badly, so I'm going to turn off a couple of effects in the meantime that I'm not going to use because I'm not going to explain all of these layers. So let me just go ahead and offload some of that because otherwise we're going to be lagging the whole time. Oh, I might need the whisper tracks because I need to explain that in the beginning. Oh my gosh, there's a limit to how much I can offload. Oh, Adobe programs always run like ass. Yeah, it's pretty bad. After Effects is my nemesis. I also use Audition. You might be right about that. I don't know what it is about. I mean, I know Adobe products are very, very heavy, but just... I wish there was a more efficient way to run them. It was worse when I had my old PC, so I'm even thankful for this upgrade. Hello everyone, I missed all of you. I missed you too. Adobe needs to stop eating my RAMs. Exactly. I don't know, it's just so bad. The lag. It's like endless RAM eater. Anyways, so I've offloaded some of the ad-lib tracks and whisper tracks. Let me mute them so I don't accidentally play it. So first, I wanted to explain this song as a whole because that's what I like to do with my songs. I like to give it a theme. I give it a theme and then I try to follow that, if that makes sense. I think the problem with After Effects is it only uses part of your processor, even if your processor is better. Oh, really? I don't know much about computer, but I just know that many tracks, many effects equals laggy program. Google Chrome and Adobe having a baby. I have 96 gigabyte of RAM and I can't even use Premiere Pro properly. I had to make a video for single focus for HD, and like I'm using DaVinci, but it still lagged so bad. I was molding the whole entire process. 96, 68 you mean? I should get, is it 64? Isn't it 64, not 68? 96? Wow, there's 96 gigabyte. I need that. You're animating on 32. I'm also on 32. I used to be 16. I had like a Dell like office computer. But then I recently upgraded just last year and then I have 32. But now I'm thinking like maybe 32 is not even enough anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going to close the comments. Keep chatting by yourselves, but I'm going to keep explaining. Otherwise, I'll never get through the end of these songs. Anyways, so I like to pick a theme of this overall song. And I think Kafu was the original Vocaloid. She has a very like high toned, pitched, sassy tone, girly. I don't even know how to describe it. But that's kind of the vibe I was going for. Kind of like bratty younger girlfriend vibe. I don't know. So that's what I was going for in the mains. Here, I'll play a little bit of it. Okay, it's still lagging. I'm so sorry. So refresh it. Oh my goodness, can I even preview it to you guys? Oh, let me offload some more. I'm so sorry. Why is it so laggy? Okay, I offloaded 2 tracks. Hopefully it's good. There we go. So that was the beginning part of my change. So in that beginning part, I wish I was holding like an actual class and I could get like feedback right away. But my question to you guys is, what do you guys hear other than the main vocal track in that beginning portion? I'll give you the answer real quick. It is whispers. Yay! You got it right. It's whispers. So I have this whisper track here and it's very subtle. It's very, very, very subtle, but it makes a very big difference. Do not underestimate the power of whispers. I might be biased, but I love adding whispers into my covers because it just tickles the brain. I don't know how to explain it. It just tickles the brain in the right way. It feels good. So let me once play the intro without the whispers and you can kind of see the emptiness of the track. So it's very clean. Like I did sing it very clean. The mix is clean. But here I'm thinking, oh, we can tickle the brain even more right there. So let me play it with without the main vocal so you can hear what it sounds like with just the whispers. I guarantee you you're in for some brain tingles. Why is it lagging? Why is it lagging? It didn't lag when I had this on. What? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry it's lagging. That's gonna be a reoccurring theme in this stream, but you get the point. So now you add the whole thing together with the whisper and the main vocal. And it just helps to create that space because it's nice and all having a forward mix, like a very in front of your face mix. However, I like to expand the sound a lot, and another key like visual point that I had while making this cover was that I really wanted to make a elevated or like a floating kind of sound because the art, she's like sitting in her chair and she's like bopping and she looks like she's floating. I don't know. So that's kind of like the vibe I wanted to go for. So you want to fill in that extra space, pan out the whispers just to give that comfy like ambience, atmosphere. So that's that. Now, another key point that I love to do with my whispers, I'll just throw it right here. So, maku akeru wa. There's that like at the end. And I feel like most people wouldn't catch that just upon like first listen. But the reason why it's important just in theory is because it fills in that gap and it also is the lead to the next phrase. So if I were to get rid of that, blank, dun 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 dun. So maku akeru wa. There's a pause, immediately next phrase. But when you add this little in the middle, you're like, oh, there's something's coming? Like, what is this sound? Like, you can't make out exactly what it is, but it just feels so right. So for me, it's that kind of like necessary filler for the next phrase. Anyways, let's keep moving on. So here's the next section. These are doubles, right? Okay. Let me play it for you once without the doubles. Welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. Ah, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. It's so funny how we're talking about Ram and then Ramsey's just subscribed. Isn't that so funny, chat? If you scroll up in the chat a little bit, we were talking about like computer RAM and like it just so happens that your name is like Ramses and I'm just like so funny. Yes, we summoned you. Oh yeah, let me play it without for a second. Sigger. So again, with the whole theme of beefing up the sound, I'll play it without the main. So it's actually, okay, I could barely hear it, but it's all about those subtle nuances. but you can definitely hear a difference when you play it like together. Or I guess I should mute it. Hold on, that might be better. So, adding tasteful doubles is very nice. Even like subtly, I would recommend it. Recommend putting it in when you can. You can hear it now. Now the part that makes me especially excited to explain is the what is it called? The chorus part. Oh my god, you can see. Can you see the? Oh, you can see the Saku cursor. Can you see it? It's so cute. Use the money to have 256 gigabytes of RAM to have one huge pip. If only they made a huge pip. I have Trip in my lap. Hopefully we can hear that. Sacursor. Sacursor, that's funny. Okay, let me put these tracks back on. Okay, I can probably undo these ones. Hold on. Okay, so this is the chorus part. Let me just play it. Let me do it without the instrumental. I just feel like that's gonna be easier to explain. Oh my god, it's still lagging. Oh my god, I cannot. Okay, what else can I take off effects wise because it's lagging so bad. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a crazy stream. It's still lagging. I'm dead. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna kill something. How many tracks have I offloaded? Oh my gosh. So that was the basic chorus. Have you ever thought of doing a Spotify account? I have. Lots of people have asked me to make one. But like it's tough because of licensing for Spotify. Because YouTube, even if there's copyright claim, I could just upload that, you know, whatever. But with Spotify, there's a lot more like stuff you gotta deal with. But I am thinking of maybe doing it. Yeah, maybe in the future. Please make one. I'll consider it. I'm thinking of it. So let me show you the basic buildup of how I made the chorus. And this goes without saying, I feel like there's a Giga recipe because out of my own like analysis of Giga songs, what I've noticed is that typically the verses are lower and then the choruses are super high. Out of all of the Giga songs I've sung, it's always been that way. Like the verse is lower, chorus is super high. You can fit in an octave. If you're lucky enough. I'm blessed where I can sing the octaves, but I understand that it might be hard to do that sometimes. But you can also cheat your way out of the system, which I'll explain with Beyond the Way. When I explain that song, you can cheat the octaves with Melodyne magic. But anyways, back to this. So let me just share the chorus. So that is the focal point. That is the main point of the chorus. That is our heart, our core. I don't know what you want to call it. That is what grounds us, okay? For Giga songs, I would say in the chorus, you want to have at least 4 tracks minimum. For the most part, there are like a few exceptions, but for the most part, I would recommend 4 tracks minimum. You want to have the main vocal line, of course. You want to have the octave, and then either 2 harms, or you want to do a main, a double, an octave, and a harm. So that is my quick cheat sheet recipe for Giga chorus lines. Minimum 4 line, and then either 2 options. In this case, we're gonna go with main, double, octave, harm. So let me break that down for you. Let's start by listening to the double, and I will explain my thought process on how I recorded that. So you'll see this when I explain my Ready Steady cover as well. But when you are recording, sorry, if I'm shaking, it's because I'm cold. Let me turn on the heater. My voice is shaking. Why am I suddenly cold? I was like hot before this. Oh my goodness. Why am I so cold? It's so cold now. Hana, you're always hot? What do you mean? What do you mean? It snowed so much the last 2 days. I'm actually shocked. Like just last week, I was like walking around, taking a walk in my neighborhood because it was so warm, taking my jacket off and everything. Yesterday, it just snowed like what feels like 5 feet. Anyways, if you guys can notice the difference between the 2 tracks, my advice is when you record doubles, do not record the same way. So what I mean by that is like even if stylistically it's like similar to the main track, don't sing it in the same tone. You can clearly tell there's a difference in tone between these 2 tracks. So you have to hear that difference. I don't speak English. 日本の方ですか？日本語でもいいんですけれども、今英語で配信しているので申し訳ないです。I feel bad. Right now I'm explaining in English. I'm like super in the zone. I might not be able to read every single comment. That's good to know. I always thought I was supposed to match it up perfectly in the same style. No. So I actually really recommend not singing it in the same style because you're not gonna get that sense of doubles. Because doubling yourself, you don't actually want to double yourself. You're trying to double it to make it sound like there's 2 people. I think that's like the definition of a double, not like you're literally doubling yourself. So you play this together and it becomes So you can just see from that small little snippet where I like muted each other's tracks, you can see how important each other's track is to their own. You can't have that main vocal line pop out like it does without the double track. And if you don't have the main vocal track to like support the double line, then it doesn't sound good. So very, very highly recommend in important moments for Giga songs, you should double up. I hope I'm doing a good job. I feel like I'm losing words. I need to say that the last cover is amazing. The last cover? Which one was my last cover? On my channel? The I'm Your Treasure box? Now let's move on to the octave. Let me play it by itself. So I know I sound like a completely different person in those tracks, but that is still me. Yes, yes. I just have a lower voice. I mean, obviously, like I said, Giga choruses are very high, but I'm very happy that you're featuring Japanese content. Thank you, thank you. I'm doing a good job. Hana sensei, how to record the harms feels hard to do. I got you. I got you. We're getting there. Yeah, so that is the octave for most Giga songs, and the choruses, I would say the octave is more important than the harms. When I sold the guides for change, my number one tip was focus on the octaves. There are not that many harms in this song, but there are a shit ton of octaves. Because octaves are what ground the song and give it that bass. I don't know how to explain it. But just listening to it with and without the octave, you'll definitely hear a difference. So it's not even a harm. So people who don't know how to do harms, don't even worry, because I'm telling you that octaves are more important than harms. If you had a choice to put in harms or octaves, just go octave. Because either way, if you don't know how to sing the harm, it's gonna sound bad. So don't put that in there. Just sing the octave. But if it's the octave, you can cheat your way, because you can just drag the melodyne down an octave and from the main track, obviously, and there you go. You have your octave. Yeet the harm. Okay, don't like yeet the harm, but if you had to choose between octave and harm, that's what I would recommend. So moving right along to the harm. Let's play just the harm. So that is the harm. I don't know if I have any tips on finding the harm necessarily, because it's a case by case for every song. Every song is different. You're not always gonna sing the thirds or the fourths or the fifths, you know, because there are many, many different harms for the same melody line. But in this case, my thought process behind only having the lower harms is I already have a very top heavy main vocal, because with this chorus double track, it's very high. The song is very high. So I have one lower octave, so I want to balance that out. So how do you balance that out? You add in a low harm. That way you get a full chorus, which would sound like this. So that is the first part of the chorus. Let me go grab a blanket. Why am I so cold? What the heck? I need to cover my legs. Or should I just put on another pair of pants? The past 2 days, I've been wearing 2 pairs of pants. So let me wear the inner layer of the first pair of pants. Can you guys even hear me? I'm not sitting in my chair. Hana putting pants on in stream. I'm putting on a second pair of pants, okay? Let's not get that wrong. It's a second pair of pants. Like under my desk, my legs just get so cold. Maybe it's because the draft, I don't know. Also, it just got super cold the past couple of days, so... Oh, my legs are so cold. Anyways, so that is the chorus part. I feel like I might be able to take these off because I explained this part already. Let's keep going. Offload those. Oh, the next part, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, so this part, this is the prime example of the cheat your way octave. This low one. Let me take the distortion off. That is literally just this track. Octave down from Melodyne. So it's the same track, but just one was manually edited down. So you get an octave like this. So it just creates that kind of depth. If you were to take one or the other off, it sounds very bad. Oh, welcome in. Hello, hello. So you just cannot have like one of the tracks only. You have to have both of them. So that explains that section. Let's keep going. It's already been 40 minutes. I don't even know how. What the heck? So same for this section. Basically, I just added some doubles. This one I can kind of skip over because I feel like it's self-explanatory, but I just added a very slight doubles track. I have some advice when it comes to recording rap doubles, but that's gonna be in Beyond the Way, so not this one. But anyways, carrying on. So here we have that big like ad-lib section. Let me go turn on the ad-libs. I turned it off because it was lagging. Okay. So here, each track, I only pan them 20 left, 20 right. Let me play the ad-libs just on its own. 1 second. So this is what it sounds like. So that is the ad-libs on its own. I like to pan it because there's only 2 lines anyways. Typically, for any 2-line harms, 2-line ad-libs, just pan one left, pan one right. Who cares? I mean, you could technically pan them both right, left, but then it's too much. Like, it's too busy for the ears. So typically, any 2, 4, 6s, just split it half, left, right, left, right, is my advice. And then you listen to it with the main vocal. Oh, wait, here. And especially more so in this instance, why you would want to do that is because all of the vocals are like very forward, like it's in front of your face. Give that space of the mix a breather. Why not like let things breathe and air out? Go to the side, you know, go to your left and right. You have so much space in the realm of mixing and your headphones, you know, possibilities are endless. You got 180 degrees of movement when it comes to audio. So that's that. Same thing. Hachishite rap. The only thing that's different here would be my ad-libs track, so we can take a look at those. Gonna mute these. I can take off these. Wait. Okay, I need to bring back the chorus. Okay, what can I take off? I can take these. Oh, wait, not the one. Take these off. I'm sorry for so much empty space and clicking. I'm trying to like offload some effects racks because otherwise the session's gonna lag too much. So here we're at the ad-lib stop, the crazy ad-libs. So for this, there's 2 ad-lib tracks that I had interchangeably. You can see I jumped here, and then it's here, and then it's here, and then it's here. Go back and forth. Ad-lib 1 is right 15, ad-lib 2 is left 15, which just indicates the panning. My tip for any kind of ad-libs that you want to add, like last chorus, always put an exciter or raise the highs on the EQ, because you want that to pop. If you were to use the same EQ, same settings for your ad-libs in the last chorus, you're not going to hear them. They're going to get so drowned out because Giga songs is crazy. The choruses are crazy. His chorus, what the heck? You're not going to hear it if you don't add some kind of boost to them. So my trick is, I don't think it's going to show up. Is it going to show up? Oh, see, yeah, you can't see my plugins, but if you could see my plugins, you would see that my highs on my EQ are boosted up so that you can hear these better. Let me just show you what it sounds like with just the main only. So those 2 ad-lib tracks just did a tango. I don't know what else to explain it. It went from right to left to right to left, but in the most subtle way. It keeps the mix interesting. It keeps it sounding fresh. Your ears are not bored throughout the whole entire song. Thank you so much for the follow, Honey Jello. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm doing a small little vocal class on Giga songs. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hello. Oh my goodness, I have not talked this much in a long time. So that is the process between the ad-libs. I just did these by ear though, so I couldn't explain like how I got the ad-libs, but you just play around with a song, listen to what you think it is, and you'll get there. Thank you so much for sharing your tips. Oh, no problem. I hope they help. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm Nico. Hi, I'm Nico He. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that would pretty much sum up change though. I don't know any other advice I could give. So the main takeaways for this song is octaves over harms. Specifically, right? Not the case for all the Giga songs, but this one specifically, octaves over harms. Is there any other main takeaways? Subtle whispers and doubles also sound very nice. Play around with the panning because the world is your oyster. The oyster is the world. Wait, I don't know which one is it. You get my point. The mixing sound audio world, you get 180 degrees. Could I ask, how did you start learning vocal mixing? It seems so intimidating. The real answer is I was just broke, you know? Like, I didn't have money to commission mixes every single time. And because mixes take so long, like, it just wasn't that ideal for me because I was somebody who liked to upload like once a week. And I just love music. I grew up doing music since I was young. I loved singing. So I just had a knack for it. Learning mixing wasn't an easy process. It took years. I started tuning first and making guides, like vocal guides, and then I slowly graduated into, getting the program, learning the interface, plugging in tracks, learning how each step worked. It definitely just do some self-research. And the best thing is honestly to just do it. Like, don't be scared to mess up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can never improve if you don't even start. So don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid to just play around with it, just to turn knobs, turn up the volume, play with things. Like, getting your hands-on experience is the number one way to train your ears even. Because half the time I don't know what I'm doing. I just listen to it and I'm like, oh, this sounds good. And then I keep it. LOL to the left shell and the right shell of the oyster. And I have one question about change. How do you record the whispers without making the mic pop? That's a good question. So typically I like to try and record without pops, but there are times where that's impossible. That is very much impossible. I am very fortunate enough where I have very powerful plugins to take care of that problem for me, but I didn't always have those plugins. So if you have Adobe Audition, which I know you do, let me show you a pretty cool tip. So here I can already tell I'm popping right here. So I'm gonna take this track for example. So these little peaks right here are like the beginnings of pops, or like right here. It's gonna be kind of harsh. So I'm just gonna use this ke. Playboy ike. Ke, this is very harsh. Let's say it's in this context, it's actually okay. The level is not too crazy, but let's say it was like that. Okay. Oh, what do you do about this? How are you gonna get rid of this? It makes that crackling pop sound, right? How do you get rid of that? So you select it. You go to effects and auto heal selection. You click that. boom, it's gone. It's gone. So now you go back and play the track. It's gone. Your problem is gone. I have other plugins where I can select the entirety of the track and then denoise, depop, de-spectral noise. But if you just want a quick, you see this? You have this? What is this? You want it gone? Go to effects, auto heal, boom. It's gone. You don't have that anymore. So hopefully you can take away something from this. But yeah, that is some basic stuff you can do. Thank you for the advice. Is this software FL Studio? This is Adobe Audition. So no, not FL Studio. What was the next song? Did we run a poll? Did we find out which song we wanted after change? Okay, I'll just ask quickly. Do we want Ready Steady or Be on the Way? I wish I knew how to run polls, but unfortunately I don't. Okay, I'll let that run for a little bit. Let me drink water. I might also just go pee. Let me check some messages. You don't know the other songs? LOL. It's all good. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then if there's no other votes, yes, I will do Be on the Way next. No one voted? I don't see the poll. Where is the poll? I don't see the poll. It's okay. I think I'll just start with Be on the Way. I think that'll be good too. Oh, welcome and thank you for the follow, New Wanda. Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes. What is your question? Could I ask which software would you recommend for vocal recording? I still use Audacity to this day. It's a free program. It's good for just simple recording or to like check lines. So let me open Beyond the Way. Giga, Beyond the Way. I actually have a lot of tips for Beyond the Way, so that might be a good option. Okay, so now we are in Beyond the Way. Oh man, I'm gonna have to offload a couple of tracks here too, because there's a lot. Let me do that real quick. Let me offload all the ad-libs. Don't really need those right now. Or these. Oh, these are part of the bus. Okay, never mind. What is not in the bus? The whispers. Oh, harms. Okay. Hopefully it should be good. I might take off the flanger later on, but... Okay, so let me describe how my thought process was behind this song. I want to preface this by saying I never listened to the Vivid Bad Squad version, or like my first exposure to this song was the Vocaloid version. I didn't listen to the Vivid Bad Squad version before recording. I only listened to the Vocaloid version. I really want to see Hana's resource manager. Yeah. I don't know how to show you, but if you tell me how to show you, then I will show you. Anyways. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So this is based off the Vocaloid version, right? So I separated the parts into Miku, Len, Rin. For Miku's parts, she has, like, in my image, right? In my head, she has this, like, sweeter kind of voice. Let me just play a line. I don't know. Here. Oh, this is kind of loud. Let me lower the master a bit. Maybe that's better. So she has that kind of like sweet, sexy tone. Again, just I made these up. These voices are in my head, but I need to differentiate the different voices. So in my head, Miku, because this came back from the Ready Steady days when I did the three-person voice. So in my head, Miku is the soft, sweet, sexy girl. Now Len, he's the cool Shota. So how did I do his parts? Yeah, but even no question. It's a fiction. You make me second, I'm there, I'm out the way. So we got that kind of raspy, edgy, rebellious teenage boy kind of vibe. I don't know how to explain it. BRB, me pee and get food. Okay. And Rin, she's the badass slay girly queen. So that is the very brief introduction to all of the different voices that I kind of came up with for each Vocaloid. So let me just play it a little bit through with just the mains, so you get a sense for what it'd be sounding like without any doubles, no harms, nothing. Zero. Oh my god, it's lagging. So many layers. How long does it usually take for you to mix a song? I think this one in specific took me, I want to say 4 days. Yeah, three or 4 days to mix this song, including the recording. So recording and mixing took 3 to 4 days. But this was a very passion project, so I did it pretty quickly. But typically it would take at least a week. Most covers from recording to mixing take about a week for me, especially when I was uploading once a week. That was the schedule. But this one took a little bit shorter because it wasn't planned. I just did it for fun because I really like the song, so I was just motivated to finish it fast. So yeah, so you can see that I have these 3 different voices here, and I just played a little bit so you got a taste of what it sounded like with just the mains. Now let me explain the doubles. Let's play a little bit of them. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. So, like I mentioned in change, you want to change up the tone, the frequency, the pitch, whatever you want to call it, when you do your doubles, because you do not want to sound like you are replicating the same person or even just the same vocal track as is. The best example I can do of this is right here. Where is it? Where is it? Welcome back, welcome back. What food did you grab? Oh, right here, right here. So this is the part where I really wanted to show to you guys just what I meant by recording doubles in a different tone. So let me play just the main here. So right there, my tone is sitting at like a higher pitch. So like, yeah, shake it, mada, go, be on the way. So I'm like exclaiming that. That's an exclamation. But then for the doubles, I went for a more relaxed approach. So it sounds like this. So you want to have that discrepancy between the files, otherwise it's gonna sound bad. And what I mean by that, I will show you specifically. So I have these tracks, and let me show you what happens if you have the same exact track Like they're mixed differently. So obviously the purple track is like how you would mix the doubles, and then the main track is this. But let me show you what it sounds like if you were to use the same track for both different purpose style layers. You suddenly don't hear the double anymore. Why is that? Why is that? It's because you're using the same exact track, okay? Friends, if you do this with left and right panned stuff, if you use the same track and you have one panned to the left, one panned to the right, and they're both at the exact same spot, left and right respectively. So like let's say same track, left pan 50%. You put the same track, right pan 50%. Guess what you guys are gonna hear? There will be no panning. You're gonna hear it straight right in front of you, just like a main vocal track. You are not gonna hear any panning. Why? Because you're using the same vocal track. So same logic here. You can't use the same track for both operations. You have to record a separate take, which is why doubles are so important. Or another cheat that you can use is tuning that main just a couple cents up or down. Then you get that discrepancy within the notes, and then you get a better double sounding. I wouldn't use this too often because like it just doesn't sound as good as just recording a separate double take. But if you are lazy and you don't have time, that's better than not having it in at all. So let me just go back to what we had before. So you'll definitely hear that kind of depth now after comparing it to the old version. A lot of people who aren't like mix savvy, vocal savvy, they'd be like, "Oh, that's just the same vocal, right? Like that's just one line." Nope, that is indeed two lines. That is two separate lines. They're both sung differently, or I guess like rapped, shouted differently. So if the first line is sitting higher up, it's like yeah, yeah, shake it a mada mada. The second one was yeah, yeah, shake it a mada mada. It goes lower. And that's why it sounds good when you layer them on top of each other. So let me show you like this. Yeah, yeah, shake it a mada mada. Go beyond the way. You wouldn't get that level of like depth if you weren't doing the doubles at a different pitch. Another like, I don't know, tip that I wanted to talk about was kind of slurring your words. And this can go for whispers, for doubles. My advice is don't enunciate your doubles that correctly, that precisely, because you don't want the doubles to stand out more than the main vocal. My double for this part, I slurred it very, very heavily. Yeah, yeah, shake it, mada. Shake it, mada. You don't know what I'm saying. Like, even if you were to hear this just on its own, that's what it sounds like. Shake it, mada. But then you'll listen to this part, right? And all you hear is very precise wording. Yeah, shake it a mada. You're like enunciating every single word. But then when it comes to doubles, just don't even bother. Why? You want to take the spotlight from the main vocal? No. Don't do that. Let the main vocal shine, but just support it gently, you know? From the back and the sides. So you can slur your words there. Let me see. Let me talk about this intro section here. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn on my flanger. What else can I take off? I'll take off the mains for now. Okay, so this, and this. Oh, I need this on too, okay. So let me explain to you this section. So how did I reproduce this sound from the original? So obviously the given is find the main melody. Find the main melody. As long as you have the main melody, I mean, technically you don't have to record harms for a cover, but you gotta sing the melody, right? So find your point of foundation, I guess, which would be this. That is the melody. Dun 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 so dun 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 get down now, right? But that is, so that's the main. Oh, sorry. I was showing the octave, but the main is that lower one, right? So it's important. So you want to make it louder than the octave, but you don't want to physically raise the volume of those tracks. What do? You double it, pan it to each side. That way it is the main like interest in your ears. So that way you're still hearing the octave, but the main part is that do 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 line. Now the key point here was that Giga used an extra octave down. How did he do that? Again, by using Melodyne magic. Do you guys think I can reach that in real life? Heck no. Heck to the no. I cannot reach those notes. They are way too low. Now, if you see, just from the waveform comparisons, I'm pretty sure I took this from this track. So this is the original. This is where I took it from. So that orange track you just heard was this, but one octave down. And then I exported that off of Melodyne, put it in here, and that serves as the bass. That bass line. I really love that bass line. I feel like in this section, that is my favorite part. Because this song, what is it about? It's about, you know, being gangsters. This song is about being gangsters. So you have to have that bass, you know, that pop bass. Not with that attitude. You need to be more mommy. Me? Are you saying that to me? I need to be more mommy? What does that even mean? So I wanted to just briefly explain that. What is this part? I mean, pretty much this is the same concept here. I just had the main, or actually the main melody. I doubled it and then made it left and right. Took 2 separate takes. Then I have a higher octave and then as well as a harm. So you can see that harm right there. Okay, I offloaded so many tracks. I'm so sorry. There's so much in here. Let's keep going. If they sound unmixed, it's because I offloaded them. Oh, let me talk about the whispers in this section. Let me turn on the mains again. I can take off the distortion and flanger, I think, as long as I have the whispers and harms, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let me talk about some of the harms. Oh, no, not the harms. The whispers in this section. Guys, did you catch it? Let me see. Hi, I gotta go, but I really appreciate you sharing your golden nuggets of wisdom. I'll be catching up with the VOD later. Okay, sounds good. Hope you have a good rest of the day or night or morning, wherever you are. Thank you for coming to the stream. So, let me play that again. Did you guys catch it? This is the exact same thing I did for change. The I'm telling you, it's almost silent but deadly. Let me explain why. I mean, it's more of like I'm just geeking over like vocals and mixing, but you'll definitely hear it shine when you hear the a cappella version. Find the way. So you elongate that way. Silent but deadly like a mouse. Yes. But yeah, it creates a lot of impact, and you can already see from my waveform right here for the whispers. I'll do that a couple of more times. Okay, let me just play it once straight for you to listen. Find the way. So you can hear that in the background. Actually, a very good example of this technique. I don't know if it's a technique per se, but a usage of this in a real life cover that I'm sure a lot of people have heard is actually Ado's show. So in Ado's show, in that background, dun 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 dun. In the background, there's a so I'm not the only one who does that. So it's a very much a thing, but it creates atmosphere, and you're not only just filling in like empty space, but you're once again you're creating that breath to tickle the brain. Tickle the brain. Always tickle the brain. More tickling the brain, the better. Find the way. And these are panned 80 left, 80 right for more dramatic effect. But I just really wanted to point that out because I cannot stress enough how amazing whispers are. I think they're so necessary, and they're amazing. So I hope everybody can learn that today. Please add whispers into your mix covers. Obviously, only when it's applicable. Don't be adding whispers during like ballads and stuff, but for the most part, for most pop Giga songs, you can just slap in whispers anywhere and it will sound very, very good. Okay. See, now the chorus part is coming up, and although my files are kind of separated this time, they're not all lovely and together like Change was. I will explain the vocal layering process for the chorus of this. How do you mix whispers that aren't very grating high end but still cut through? So you're talking about like very like tinny high frequency, like the highs are raised kind of whispers. Just lower the high a lot. Lower the high, raise the lows. I wish I could show you the EQ for the whispers, but they don't show up on stream because it's a plugin. Let me see. Will it show up? Okay, it doesn't show up. But basically I cut the up to 100, the frequency, I cut it like using a high pass filter, and then I brought the high down, all the way down. Just sink it. because like normally you would low pass background vocals quite a bit, right? Well, in this case, I don't treat the whispers as a background vocal. I treat it like a main. So, but because they are whispers, they tend to be a lot more airy, like more sharp sounding. So you really want to lower the highs quite a bit when it comes to whispers. That way you get that warm, fuzzy sound instead of like wind howling in your ear sound. Am I even doing an okay job explaining this? But thank you for your question. I hope that helps. So back to explaining the mains. Let me just play the octaves. So Miku and Len here had the octaves.
それは誰のせいや終わらない夢を描く描いて願ったまま欲しかった終わらない夜を越えていこう越えていこうこのま
Gosh, the lag.
終わらない夜を越えていこう越えていこうこのまま
So again, with Giga songs, I don't know what is up with Giga, but he loves to make the chorus so freaking high. I'm ascending with this.
終わらない夢を描く描いて願ったまま欲しかった終わらない夜を越えていこう越えていこうこのまま
I'm literally ascending. I know the song, there's like angels and whatever, but like I'm actually ascending. And then now Len's part, he is the one to ground the vocals together, right? The foundation, we talked about this, the bass, the octave, the important yum yum recipe. The most important secret ingredient recipe of all Giga songs is octaves.
終わらない夢を描く描いて願ったまま欲しかった終わらない夜を越えていこう越えていこうこのまま
So that is basically just the octaves together, and you can still produce a very good sound. So for example, you don't know how to sing harms, but you at least know how to sing octaves? Okay, let's slap that on. That already sounds so much better than just singing one line by itself. For chorus parts, generally, I just don't advise anybody to leave it empty with only one line. Because it just sounds too empty. Like, you know, you can add some spice in there. Now, going on to the harms, I used 2-layer harms. Let me see which one was the original one from the MV. Is it this one or this one? Okay, it's definitely the first one. Okay. So, I feel the need to warn that only octaves work best in the context of everything being tuned in Melodyne, because if it's not tuned, it's easy to hear octaves out of pitch. Yeah, that's a good point. So definitely tune your vocals. I mean, I was talking in the context of like tuned vocals because these are all tuned, right? But that is a good point. Yes. Definitely tune your vocals, everybody. So here's the first harm that I added. I'm pretty sure in the original there is only 1 layer of harm, but I just decided to add 2 because I'm extra like that. I'm bad and I don't tune my vocals. Yeah, tune your vocals. I'll be the tuning police. Tune your vocals. And now let me switch out the harm so you can hear what it sounds like. It's that intermediate high. So again, with the whole recipe of if you have a lot of low tracks, try to balance it with high tracks. If you have a lot of high tracks, balance it with the low tracks. In this case, what we have a Miku and Len, they're complete octaves of each other. So what do you want to do for the harms? You want to have one low, one high. Boom, there you go. Formula easy. Now if you have it all together, you get a whole ass chorus.
Yeah. Over on the夢を描く描いて願ったまま欲しかったOver on the 夜を越えていこう越えてこのまま
So that is that. So I think that I've explained the chorus pretty good. Let's see. Let's keep going.
ここから向こう側へ
Oh, another random tip. I didn't mention this in Change, but you can see here. Let me see. So I have a track called Rin Dry, Rin Main, and Rin Echo. Let me explain what that means. So Rin Main, if you just listen to the lines, let me just solo these. It just sounds like this.
願ってるばっかじゃ叶わないめちゃくちゃにされてて
So they've got a slight echo to them, right? You want to hear what Rin Echo sounds like? If I were to put the track in Rin Echo, this is what it sounds like.
願ってるばっかじゃ叶わないめちゃくちゃにされて
So I'm bouncing off the walls there, right? So in this song, there are quite a few places where Giga placed like tasteful echoes, is what I'll call it. But it's important to catch all these details so that you can put them in your own mix, right?
Oh, turning back 売り
Don't turn it back. Echo, 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 echo.
渡りなせ
Say echo, 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 echo.
やここから
Go, go, echo, echo, echo. 出た向こう側へ And then it has that echo, echo, echo again, right? But not during this part, not in this middle part. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. So here's what it is as it should be.
ここから向こう側へ
So you're only getting the echo where you want it. Okay. What if I put it all in the same track? What does it sound like?
ここから向こう側へ
It's just too much. Like, it's just friggin' too much. Okay, now what is Rin Dry? Well, as you would expect it to be, it is basically just the main vocal track without any echo. So even the basic Rin main track has a slight amount of echo.
Ready, steady
Ready, steady, steady, steady. It echoes, right? However, typically for ending lines, ending phrases, the last phrase of the song, you don't want that.
Yeah, get out the way
Yeah, get out the way. It stops. There's no echo. But if you don't have that, and you just go on to stick it in the Rin main because you're too lazy to make a Rin Dry,
Ready, steady Yeah, get out the way
you'll continue to hear that echo even after the song ends. No one wants to hear, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. After the song ends, you know, like the song ends, okay, that's it. Time to wrap up, time to go home. No one wants to hear that echo linger on unless it's a tasteful song, like unless it was meant to be in there. Friends, don't be lazy. Just make a Rin Dry, okay? So that's like my thought, the process behind Rin Dry, Rin Main, Rin Echo. There's also a Len Distort, which just means all of the lines that Len was distorted. So like this,
Yeah, yeah Shake it まだまだ
or which I already explained earlier. Is the only difference between the three tracks just the different delay settings, lack thereof? I might have changed just a tiny bit of the settings, but for the most part, yes. I didn't use delay, I used echo, but you can achieve a very similar effect with delay. It's just a little bit harder because you have to time the milliseconds perfectly. Unless you're using like some plugins. I know Isotope has like a automatic tempo matcher and you can just turn the knob 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32 of the note. and it'll automatically create that reverb, or not reverb, delay. But if I'm using just the in-house delay, then you gotta time it to the exact millisecond, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. Audition has tempo matcher too. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, it's time for you to teach me how to mix. So yeah, that is the reason, or not reason, the process behind those three. I just hope I'm not missing anything. Ah, this part. I wanted to explain this part as well. So in the original, there's no ad-libs in the background here, but I added it for my version, which I will play in a second. But let me just share this. So in the original, there's no octave line. It's just this. Oh, I added whispers here too because it's an exposed part and I wanted to fill it up, but even if you didn't have whispers, this is just what it would sound like. All right. Now you add that octave. Mind you, again, this isn't in the original, but just listen to how much more flavorful the sound has become. It just gives you that nice bass and it gives your ears something to grasp onto, not just the highs, because let's face it, nobody wants to hear high-pitched voices for a whole song, right? So adding that kind of bass layer is really nice because it just grounds the whole vocals together. And then obviously you have Len's part with the harm that comes in later on. I really love that harm. I would have not come up with that myself, or if I was like in charge of this song, okay, put in a harm right there. I would not have put that in there, but I love it. It reminds me of Beyond the Way during the same kind of like bridge area. But anyways, these freaking producers are crazy. So again, so bum my heart, oh, Rin main for the da 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 da, and then the O I wanted to echo out in terms of like context with the instrumental. I like that ring. In that part of the MV, you're in like a basketball court or something. I don't know, like you're outside, you're with the speakers, you know, you want that sound to ring. I really love mixing to match the MV. I just feel like something's magical about having that kind of lineup. Like for example, in an MV, or I guess the prime example would be like anime. The anime, it pans left. You see somebody on the court. Somebody's playing basketball. They're dribbling the ball. You hear that sound from the left. You're also looking at that person on the left of your screen. I think that's very nice. So personally, when I mix choruses, duets, I also like to ask for the visual information so that I can pan them like accordingly to match. I want the sound and the video to match. That is the best thing ever. But that's just me being geeky. For Sweets Parade, me and Saku sang recently for Valentine's Day. I'm on the left and she's on the right, so I also panned us during the duet parts. So where I'm on the left, she's on the right. It's those little things, man. Makes me happy. Oh, the ad-libs. Yes. Let me turn these bad boys on. Oh gosh, they're so chunky. They're so big. Okay, what can I get rid of? Maybe the flanger? Okay. Oh, I already turned it off. Distortion, I already turned that off. Doubles, I need that. The mains, I need that. I've turned off everything I could. Can I turn off? Okay, I can turn these off. Not that they would do much, but... Okay. So let's analyze the ad-libs. So in Change, we had the same exact sequence. The lessening of the intensity during the bridge. Oh, sorry, that part's not mixed. Let me mute this. So, let me mute this. And also just get the solo. So during Change, we had the same sequence of ad-libs in the background. I did the same thing here. Pen left 20. I think the other one, Change, I did 15, but here I did 20. Left 20, right 20. You just add that little tasteful something in the background. And it really, really just does something for the mix. Because also you hear in the, or no, not here. You see in the MV that they have their like hip hop form, their angel form, and their like sad past form. I don't know how to describe it, but there's 3 sets of sprites in that music video. Or maybe there's 4 because there's 2 sets of angels each. But anyways, there's 3 outfits for each character, right? I wanted to explain that process through the music and through my singing. So you have the hip hop, the rap parts. That explains the rap MV. Cool, you know, yo. And then you have the angel parts with the crazy high singing and octaves and whatever. But there's nothing to describe that sad, angsty past that isn't explained in the movie. Well, you have it right here in this ad-lib. To me, that's like them like shedding their past and then now they're becoming their final free angel form. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh my gosh, is this even interesting for people? I feel like I'm just geeking out about music at this point. Okay, I know I said I wanted to get through Ready Steady, but I might have to just do Ready Steady and Desperate another day because it's almost like 2 hours of the stream. Holy moly. Let's fast forward to the ad-libs here. So right there, you can see this ad-lib line that I have. It's almost, you could think of it as like a counter melody. I love having counter melodies. A good example of that would be my Erika no Rei. In the last chorus, I added a counter melody because the song itself was like not underwhelming, I guess, in the last chorus, but like I just needed a new change and it wasn't enough to add an ad-lib there. So what do? Add another set of melody. But at the same time, this part specifically, I wanted to sound very angelic because the MV, there is all of them in their angel form. So let me play it one more time without the instrumental. Oh my god, it's lagging so bad. Let me take off the horns so you can hear it. So just the... Okay, yeah. So it's like if that past ad-lib right here, So if that was them like in their past life and they're shedding all of that away, this is them. They're like reborn. Over here, they're just reborn. Like they're in their angel form. They're flying free. That's kind of how I would interpret it. So before I finished mixing it, I was able to hear it with just the ad lib and the instrumental, and I wish I could like release this kind of version, but like it would, I feel like it would be weird to do that. But I like how it sounds with just the ad lib and just the instrumental too. The lag is bad. So that's where the ad lib ends. But yeah, it is building tension. And I didn't do the original ad libs in that section because it was like it was kind of weird, honestly. It was like definitely like only Vocaloid magic. I could not reproduce that with my own voice. But I really liked how it turned out, and obviously with the whole like harms and everything. At that point, we're just having a party. Now let me explain this mid section. Let me turn on the flanger. Oopsies. And let me mute all of these ad libs again. I don't need it. Okay, hopefully it's gonna not lag. Oh, so here, same idea. What is the main melody vocal line? You want to have that as the focus, but you don't want to have just one line because that's too plain, right? And you're not going to have an octave, so what do? You double it, pan to each side. One left, one right. At that point, you would get something like this, I think. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, RK. Welcome in. As you can see, these are two different takes though. So do not be fooled. These are different takes. Whoa, music. Yes, I'm explaining some of my recording process for my covers. Then you add in that harm layer. And you want to add that flanger because what, we're in the crazy angel section, right? So you got to have that kind of ethereal, crazy space alien sounding vocals. I don't know how to explain it. That sounds awesome. Thank you so much. So let me play that with the instrumental. Another key point there, Len's vocals right there, that really high section, I purposely stemmed it out. So you can see I cut it right here, right? So his vocal line is this whole thing in its entirety. But I cut the because why? I want to stick it in the ad-lib section. Again, this is what it sounds like. And then you stick it here. Why? Because you want to bring that to light. I love that part. It's so iconic. It's so unique. So fresh, you know? I don't want to stick it in just the mains where it's going to get drowned out. What did I tell you? What did we learn from Change? HANATABA, my chat. For the ad-libs, you want to add exciter, boost the highs. I don't know, do whatever you want, but make sure you are not using the same effects on your ad-libs because they're not going to pop. They're not going to sound as good. So definitely mix them differently and they will stand out a lot better.
Ready, steady, yeah, get out the way.
Yeah, and I already explained the ending part, why you have to have the different reverb settings, I guess. Oh yeah, that high end with reverb sounds sick. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think that's it. If no one else has questions, I feel like I went through the basics of how I recorded and mixed both songs. I can't believe it took like almost 2 hours. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I thought we were going to end in like 30 minutes each song. I'm surprised it took this long. I'll have to do Desperate and Ready Steady another day. Ooh, applause. Thank you, thank you. LOL, I know. Nyan, are you surprised that I talked this much about these songs? Or did you also think it was not going to take this long? Because I did not think it was going to. Thank you for the lecture, Professor. You're welcome. Did I even do a good job? I have no idea. I thought it was going to take 3 hours. Oh, really? For 2 songs? Thank you, Sensei. I think you did a great job. Thank you, thank you. I hope it wasn't too boring. I'm just blabbing. But yeah, I would like to wrap up today's stream otherwise. I thought people would derail you with more questions. Oh, yeah. My chat doesn't really like to chat. I don't know. It's okay. Hearing other producers yap is awesome. Yeah, I really wish like I could hear the thought process behind the creators of these songs. Like if I could just listen to Giga rap, not rap, sorry, yap about his song, I would be so elated. I know, taking question during office hours. Okay, okay. If you ever decided to record a song, you know where to find me. But yeah, I had lots of fun though. Otherwise, I love. Oh my gosh, I'm just such a geek about music. Oh wait, can I see your vocal processing chain? I actually cannot show it because I don't know what's up with Adobe Audition, but because my effects racks are set as plugins, I can't like, unless you mean here. Let me show you this. Unless you mean this, I can show you the effects rack on the left. Dynamics processing, parametric equalizer, multiband compressor tube, modeled compressor, studio reverb echo, BC triple EQ, mastering Nectar 3. So that is just for the mains. If that's what you meant, yeah. So I can go through. So these are all on bus tracks. Here's distortion. Here's the flanger. Whispers. The ad-libs. So that is what it looks like. I think it's interesting to hear you geek about it from your experience because I'm from like a very composery music theory background, but I have no experience in actual production. That's actually like really interesting because like obviously as you mentioned, we're like on an opposite standpoint because you're like a more composer standpoint and I'm more of like a coverist standpoint. But I feel like it's good to get some insight, you know, on other people from other people. I've never seen Adobe Audition before. Yes, this is what it looks like. It's honestly crazy. I don't even know how I use this, but whatever. I've had this for years now, so. But yeah, hopefully everybody has enjoyed. Let me see. Is there anybody I can raid? Yeah, my friend is streaming. Let me raid. Let me raid. I'm so happy. I never got to catch their stream before, so Let me just pull it up. Oh my gosh, I can hear myself. Lol. You learned so much. Wow, thank you, thank you. Was highly enjoyable. Thank you for the stream. Oh, thank you guys. Otsu. Otsu, everybody. Maybe next week I'll do Ready, Steady, and Desperate version. We'll have to see. But thank you everybody for joining me, and I will see you in the next stream. That's tomorrow. Love in Deep Space.